What's going on?
Well, I thought we could use some ice, so I packed this in. Okay, maybe I didn't pack it in. I packed in the ice cube tray, a little water in there. 5 minutes outside, you got ice.
Thank you. Oh, Andy. Oh. Oh. What am I cooking you for supper tonight?
Yum yums. It's a roast beast with all the fixins and Yorkshire pud.
Why did you bring that?
Oh. Are you sure? Poke, poke.
Is that an antenna from a car?
No, this is a
No, not any
Epiphany
car.
Outdoor Gear pocket bellows. Behold, that's
Amazing. Look at this. Apparently a lot of people on social media wanted me to ask you this trip to yell out, more wood!
Oh dear. But we have sufficient wood.
We do, we have lots of wood.
Maybe tomorrow we'll get more wood.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
That's a big roast right there.
Nice.
Yes.
It's the roastest with the mostest.
It's very tough to live out here in the wilderness. You have to eat gruel. Oh, Andy.
Look, yummy. It's non-stop yumminess.
We're ascending the culinary heights.
On the way in, we
Yes,
dealt with
thanks,
slush, but you did not.
Correct. I was actually unaware that I'd actually... Well, we should explain what happened. There was a narrows. We're going from one lake to another. There's a narrows. We're still on water.
And narrows is bad, right?
Well, yeah. So I was kind of steaming ahead. Kind of my bad. I should not have steamed ahead, and you guys were behind me, just kind of, keeping a pace and whatever.
We didn't say anything.
The slush thing. So there's enough snow that there's actually water underneath on the bottom. Anyways, I was completely unaware that I'd walked over a slushy area. I didn't feel any resistance with the snowshoes. I felt no resistance with the toboggan. Just kept going. Went around the corner and was like waiting for you guys. Like, while these guys are in their mid-50s, I guess maybe that's the difference. And he can tell you what happened when you hit the slush, because I was completely unaware of this.
What happened?
So when we were just trucking along, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what is happening? I actually thought you had grabbed my tail rope and
Really? It was that
yeah.
big a deal, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I realized, oh, there's like some moisture showing through the tracks from Tim that had gone through already. So this is slush. So I had to like grind it out to a point where, it was like pulling cement, and get away from the slush, and then tip the toboggan over and pull off all the ice and snow that had stuck to the bottom. So thankfully, Mr. Kevin he took mercy on me, and he cleaned it up and said, now there you go, Andy, you get on your way.
And what did I use? It was a great device.
It was his tongue. I'm like, what?
No, it wasn't.
What are you doing? Do you know what that toboggan's been dragged through? And he's like, wasn't your tongue?
It was not my tongue.
I couldn't look. It was the slurping noises.
No, no, it was a used credit card.
I think spark arresters are not really... I tend not to pack one in. I just find they create... Unless it's the fall, like we were saying. Unless it's fall, it's very dry. There's a lot of leaf cover. Maybe then, or if it's pouring rain, maybe then. But, in terms of embers and stuff landing on your tent, that actually has a lot to do with how you run your stove, in terms of the type of wood you're burning, how hot you're running it, how much oxygen you're letting hit it. Like, you can control what comes out of the top of the pipe stack a lot by, how much air is getting to it, if the door is open or not. The species of wood makes a difference too. So, I tend not to bother with the spark arrestor. In the middle of winter, any positives I think are outweighed by the negatives of using it. I would base my sight on what wood there is. Like if I had, you know, site A that had balsam and hemlock, or site B that had hardwoods, but I had to hike another 2 kilometers to get to the hardwood site, I would totally go the distance to get to the hardwood site.
Tim, what are you doing?
Cleaning up the breakfast dishes with a natural pot scrubber. Doesn't get moldy, doesn't get bacteria buildup. 100% biodegradable. Can't beat it. Fresh pine scent.
I should have married you when I had the chance.
Oh.
See? New booties. Nothing like that booty. That booty.
Shaking that booty.
Dan Cook again, custom sewing. Has mucklucks. I didn't know he sells mucklucks, but he does. And
That's the wrong foot.
is it?
No.
Oh. I don't know how you could tell. You go like this.
Because the CCS emblem would be on the outside.
What? Yeah, you're right.
I thought mucklucks didn't have lights or lights.
Oh,
I don't know.
oh
Is there any bias on the bottom?
No.
No.
Nice tread though. You sure?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Much better.
Much better.
Much better. Like that. Like this. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And then like that. It's gotta be better. Oh, and let's tuck it in. What do you think?
Fancy.
All right. You want to keep warmer in the winter? Put these on the bottom of your feet because that's where you're going to get cold. And this merino
What's
wool.
that say?
Oh no, but this one looks more used because it's stained. I think this is a new one.
That's it. Willpower?
Power.
It is.
They make that with all the offcuts from the garments.
Which one's left? Which one's right? Oh, I brought. Look at that. Except one's bigger than the other.
Unless you flip it over.
Oh yeah. Oh, these are warm. Oh, he did say they've been to, not these ones in particular, but have been to the North and the South Pole.
Cool.
Yeah. And
That's a lot of shipping.
also, Herman Monster used to wear them on that sitcom. Maybe not. I'm going to do a tutorial of how to poop during a snowstorm. Look at this scenery. Look at this. Nice. Step number 1, go way back, away from the campsite. Step 2, get out of the wind. Because eventually your buttocks are going to be exposed. And we got a wind chill happening, so. Step 3, make a hole in the snow. Drop your drawers and hope it happens quickly. I know some people that go winter camping use snow for toilet paper. That ain't happening with me, sorry. But what I do is I burn it after I'm done. And so in the springtime, nobody sees a bunch of wadded toilet paper on the ground. And the other stuff will just biodegrade in a couple of weeks. It's good. One way to get your hands warm too. And make sure you clean up after your business. It snowed last night.
It did. Look at that, and it's still snowing. It's the gift of winter that keeps on giving.
God, man, you never get cold, do you?
Well, I ever do. Once in a while, I get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, if you're Canadian, this is, you know, a late June, early July kind of weather. You get used to it. Okay, I made part of that up.
So this is how I dress in the winter. Very fashionable, very traditional. And then there's Andy.
I'm functional. I'm not fashionable, I'm functional.
Well, you're something, all right.
Is that the same anorak you always had?
Yeah. I washed it.
Oh. But it also seems longer than
I'm getting older.
I remember.
Okay.
So you're shrinking,
Yeah.
and so it's now it's a full-length dress for you.
What do you think?
This is awesome, and that's what it's all about. Big fluffy snowflakes, not too cold, out for a snowshoe. Life is good.
You got a better hat than Mr. Baxter.
Wow.
The only way you would see this area is in the winter. You couldn't get in here in the spring or summer or fall. Well, you could hike, I guess, but it's really swampy. Swamps everywhere. What's up, Andy? What's going on?
Wild animals. Well, it looks like a track here, and heading over to this beaver lodge, and so maybe a coyote or coming and sniffing at the beaver lodge.
Wild nature. It's like somebody's home.
Yeah, a little frost hole in the top. Oh, we're going to go in here.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna go that way.
What do we have?
We have a beaver lodge with a frost hole from the steam and this warmth from their breathing and stuff. A little vent hole on the top there, which would indicate that there's beavers inside.
Just a note, if you're ever going to go through slush or ice, it's usually around objects like a beaver lodge, like a rock, because heat forms around it and the ice is not as thick. And sure enough, right beside the lodge, big slush hole. Lovely. I do not want to fall through right now.
No, me neither.
It's too cold.
Thank goodness we're on snowshoes though.
Yeah, makes a difference. Where are we?
Sheldon Lake. Well, above it, looking down on it anyways.
Mr. Baxter, they said we wouldn't make it.
I know. Oh, ye of little faith. Well, this is next to a religious experience for me. No, it's kind of cool to, you know, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of technology, and it's like, okay, I think we're on the right path, and it's even better when someone else breaks the trail.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
You know to turn.
Thanks, Tim.
Except for Kevin.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
You notice?
I know, Kevin can break trail on the way back. Yeah, wait a minute, we're just retracing our steps. Don't! Ice in your drink, sir?
Tim, try it. Tell me what you think. This is Irish whiskey, it's not Scotch.
Okay. It's nice. Fruity. Smooth. Citrusy.
He's full.
Hints of fruit.
Full of it. You don't know how to do it. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hints of starfruit.
Pomegranate.
Just like they grow in Ireland.
Tim, I know it's getting late, but something really significant just happened.
When the battery does not have sufficient power to power that light at that power level, rather than slowly dimming over time, it's stepped. So when your light steps down and you feel the power drops to the next level, that indicates that the battery does not have enough power to sustain that power level, so it drops a level. So it's actually I think it's a better system. So when your light's dropping levels, you know your battery is running out of power, rather than it slowly dimming and not really being aware of where it's at. So anyways, the battery we had powering the lantern last night was this 3500 milliamp battery. The one we had tonight was 2600 milliamps, which is almost 1000 milliamps less. So as a result, we stepped down to the second power level. I don't know what time it is, but significantly earlier than last night, which makes sense. It's not, the battery does not have as much capacity. So I have just replaced that battery with another battery, and now we're back up to the level we were at.
Well, all I know is it went dark and Tim fixed it.
It's true. Tim's great. Techno Tim, that's what we call him.
Oh, please. So yes, this is merely a battery change.
The very first time that Tim went winter camping with Andy and I, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep outside. I'm gonna sleep outside in my. It's true. I'm gonna sleep outside in my bivvy. You guys stay in the hot tent, but I'm gonna sleep outside my bivvy. He goes outside in the bivvy, and it was like, I don't know how cold it was that night.
It was cold.
Oh, it was like.
But I wanted to test the sleeping bag I
Yeah,
had.
I wanted to test the sleeping bag. And then so the next night he goes, guys, I can sleep in my bivvy if you want, but it would be really good for me to experience the hot tent, so I can tell everybody how the difference. You've never slept in a bivvy since then.
I got off the bivvy thing, man. It's like
Yeah.
it's like being in a coffin.
You couldn't make that meal in a bivvy.
No, you can run this stove fine and combat minus 26, minus 30 without turning it red. If you turn the metal red, it's actually noxious gases that can be released because you're taking that metal to too high of a temperature, so you need to bring your temperature down a bit.
It's not true. The noxious gases came from you.
Well, we're packing up to head out of camp. It's pretty cold, but once you're moving and keeping warm, just gotta wash your hands. 2 thumbs up to Dan Cook, custom sewing. What is it?
Cook Custom Sewing.
Cook Custom Sewing. Thanks, Dan. First of all, Dan's a really nice guy, known him for a long time. It shows. Makes amazing gear. I knew him for his tarps and his packs. His tarps are amazing. I didn't know he made tanks for winter camping. I know he winter camps and hot tents. I didn't know he made mucklucks. Gave him a try for this week while we're out, and everybody's loving this tank to the point that they're putting everything in there. So it's really easy to cinch down, especially when your hands are cold. You just flip I'll show you. They got pockets on the front and back, so you put your water, your extra gloves and things like that, and your compass and everything else away. Everything's contained inside. All the loose items go inside as well. It's yeah, I've got no issues with it whatsoever. Should have been using it long ago. I forgot to mention, I also use the tank inside the tent to put on the ground and put my sleeping system on top. Just get me one little layer between the snow. Not a warm layer, just a dry layer. But yeah, the mucklucks are really toasty warm. They have grip to them. We'll find out today. I didn't haul with them the first day. I used my other boots. So we'll see going up those hills. We got hills today, so. We're hauling out, but it snowed quite a bit last 2 days. And then, so we have to, one person goes out with snowshoes, makes a trail, and then we hauled the toboggans through. And we hit a really bad pile of slush because there's lots of snow on the ice and the water's sifting through to the top. It makes the bottom of the sleds like cement, so we have to scrape them off. So that's what we're doing. It's gonna be a long day. Whew. Last bits on the road. downhill. That was a long haul today. It took us 3/4 a day just to go a couple kilometers. Winter travel is a wee bit different than summer canoe trips. That's the great winter trek in Queen Elizabeth Wildlands, Provincial Park. Woo! Uh-oh, accident.
My sled likes your sled.